Imagine owing billions of dollars not to a bank, but to a global organization that can control your economy. What if I told you some countries today are drowning in massive debt to the International Monetary Fund, and their future depends on it? In this video, we're counting down the top 10 countries that owe the most money to the IMF. And trust me, number 1 will shock you. What is IMF? The IMF is a global financial organization that helps countries when they face economic crises. When a country runs out of money, faces inflation, or its economy starts collapsing, it borrows money from the IMF. But here's the catch. This money must be paid back with interest. Most IMF loans are repaid over 3 to 10 years, and the interest rate is usually between 2% to 6% per year. Now that might sound small, but when you owe billions, that interest becomes huge. For example, if a country owes $10 billion at just 3% interest, that's $300 million every year, just in interest. Now let's begin the countdown. At number 10, DR Congo, debt around $3.0 billion, a country rich in natural resources, but still struggling with economic instability, leading to heavy reliance on IMF support. At number 9, Ghana debt, about $3.3 billion. Rising inflation and economic pressure have forced Ghana to borrow more to stabilize its economy. At number 8, Kenya debt, around $3.5 billion. A growing economy, but increasing debt is becoming a serious concern. At number 7, Bangladesh debt, about $3.9 billion. Despite strong growth in past years, global challenges pushed it toward IMF loans. At number 6, Ecuador debt, around $8.5 billion. Heavy dependence on oil and economic struggles have increased its reliance on IMF funding. At number 5, Pakistan debt, about $8.9 billion. Facing inflation, currency issues, and economic pressure, Pakistan has taken multiple IMF loans over the years. These loans are critical, but they also come with strict conditions. At number 4, Egypt debt, around $9.4 billion. With a large population and economic reforms, Egypt relies heavily on IMF support to stabilize its economy. At number 3, Ukraine debt, about $14.1 billion. Due to ongoing conflict and economic damage, Ukraine has received massive IMF assistance. At number 2, Argentina debt, around $56.8 billion. One of the biggest IMF borrowers in history, Argentina has struggled with economic instability for years. And now number 1, Argentina still remains the largest debtor to the IMF, with tens of billions owed, making it one of the most financially dependent countries in the world. But this isn't just about numbers. These debts affect real people. Higher fuel prices, more taxes, rising inflation. All of this impacts everyday life. IMF loans can save a country from collapse, but they also come with a cost. So the real question is, are these loans a solution or a long-term trap? If you found this video interesting, make sure to like and subscribe to FactNexa, because here we don't just show numbers, we reveal the truth behind them.